For the economy project, we are assigned to do a case study about the Vision 2020, which is the topic we chose. So I will explain a little bit about the Vision 2020. Vision 2020 is about a thought and guidance on Malaysia's goal on becoming a fully developed nation by the year of 2020. It is announced by our former Prime Minister, which is our currently Prime Minister, which is Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, at a Malaysian Trade Council meeting in 1991. So basically, this Vision 2020 concept has three objectives, which is first, he pointed out that the goal of this national concept is to make Malaysia to rise as an industrial country. The second one is the planet development also includes the economical, political, social and spiritual aspect of the country. So for the last objective of this Vision 2020 is about the creation of a perfect society with the high value of ethics, also to create a well-rounded citizens in Malaysia to ensure a better future for our country.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Shameh. So by the year 2020, Malaysia can be a united nation with a confident Malaysian society infused by strong moral and ethical values, living in society that is democratic, liberal and tolerant, caring, economically just and equitable, progressive and prosperous, and in full possession of an economy that is competitive, dynamic, robust and resilient. There can be no fully developed Malaysia until we have finally overcome the 9 central strategy challenges that have confronted us from the moment of our birth as an independent nation. The first of these is the challenges of establishing a united Malaysian nation with a sense of common and shared destiny. This must be a nation at peace with itself, territorially and ethnically integrated, living in harmony and full and fair partnership, made up of one bangsa Malaysia, with political loyalty and dedication to the nation. The second is the challenge of creating a psychologically liberated, secure and developed Malaysian society with faith and confidence in itself, justifiably proud of what it is. This Malaysian society must be distinguished by the pursuit of excellence, fully aware of all its potential, psychologically subservient to none, and respected by the people of other nations. The third challenge we have always faced is that of fostering and developing a mature democratic society, practicing a form of mature, consensual, community-oriented Malaysian democracy that can be a model for many developing countries. Next, the fourth is the challenge of establishing a fully moral and ethical society whose citizens are strong in religious and spiritual value and imbued with the highest of ethical standards. The fifth challenge that we have always faced is the challenge of establishing a mature, liberal and tolerant society in which Malaysians of all colours and creeds are free to practice and profess their custom, culture and religious belief, and yet feeling that they belong to one nation. The sixth is the challenge of establishing a scientific and progressive society, a society that is innovative and forward-looking, one that is not only a consumer of technology but also a contributor to the scientific and technological civilization of the future. Next, the seventh challenge is the challenge of establishing a fully caring society and a caring culture, a social system in which society will come before itself, with the welfare of the people will revolve not around the state or the individual, but around a strong and resilient family system. The eighth is the challenge of ensuring an economically just society. This is a society in which there is a fair and equitable distribution of the wealth of the nation, in which there is full partnership in economic progress. Such a society cannot be in place so long there is identification of race with economic function and the identification of economic backward with race. And lastly, the ninth challenge is the challenge of establishing a prosperous society with an economy that is fully competitive, dynamic, robust, and resilient. That's all the challenge in Vision 2020. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hilmi, and I will explain to you about the Malaysia economic policy and strategy based on the Vision 2020. This policy can be considered as an add-on document to the National Economic Policy, and it provides a framework towards Dr. Mahathir Vision, new Vision 2020 plan, symbolizing a way forward policy towards a developed nation in 2020. This will require the nation to maintain a 7+% growth rate for the next 25 years. Prime Minister Mahathir believes raising workforce quality and developing expertise in sophisticated industry are indecisive elements in the country's road to economic success and development. In order to facilitate this growth, the National Development Policy has relaxed many of the foreign direct investment restrictions imposed by the new economic policy, such as equity and licensing requirement and procedures. Malaysia economic policy focus on some field to achieve its purpose, and one of them is export facilitation. The economic rationale of Malaysia to promote export to provide the nation with three important advantages. First, it generates foreign exchange that can reduce the amount of foreign debt needed to fund the development. Second, it contributes to developing competitive industry infrastructure from learning investors, a move that brings technological excellence leading to higher value added export. By the promotion of specific industry such as the semiconductor industry, has speeded the technology acquisition and enhanced the nation's competitive worldwide positioning. And finally, the foreign direct investment, employment in the industry sector, which to a large extent is attracted from the agriculture sector.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Ahmad and I'm going to talk about the discussion of our project. So, is Malaysia is on track to 2020? This is the most important. Every time the issue of Malaysia 2020 has been raised, and it is important to measure and evaluate the strategies and policies to keep Malaysia on track to Vision 2020. The recent reforms represent Malaysia's attempt to remain relevant and competitive in a rapidly changing local and global environment. It is clear that the changes are largely consistent with NPM, National Public Management Principles, and they are not only geared towards enhancing efficiency and institutional capacity of the governmental machinery, but they also seek to reform into a dynamic, market-driven and customer-oriented administration. It is true that Malaysia is ahead of other developing countries in terms of ICT infrastructure and its usage. However, there is a long way to go before Malaysia can catch up with other regions such as South Korea and Singapore. Presently, not only the number and types of services offered through such channels are limited, but only the public access to such services is inadequate. On the one hand, the public awareness about such facilities is relatively low. On the other hand, pilot projects being carried out have exposed a variety of challenges. Therefore, the reforms, although generally seen as steps in the right direction, have not brought about dramatic improvements in the public sector.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazim, and now I will conclude about our project, and topic that we have choose for our project is Vision 2020. As Malaysian, we all are well acquainted that this Vision 2020 have been introduced by our Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad, in 1991. So, the main goals of Vision 2020 is to modernize and develop our country not only economically, but politically, socially, spiritually, psychologically, and culturally. In order to achieve these goals, there are several challenges that government must going through. That 9 challenges have been mentioned by my friend Shame in previous video. Projection of Vision 2020 culminated in the popular phrase of Malaysia Boleh in relation to fostering stronger sense of unity and common purpose among the people. So this is proof that be evident that Vision 2020 is not just a goal for economic development, but it also a level of maturity to be achieved by Malaysian society. And as John Healy wrote, Vision 2020 is Mahathir's strategy, economic, political, social and ideological, and with the measures everything that happens in its direction or against it. The vision represents not only the challenge of economic development, but the very idealization of national, popular unity, a concept captured in the vision ideal of Bangsa Malaysia.